Hey everyone, welcome back to Butchy Boom. So today we're doing another video in our Uber driving series. This one's going to be geared towards the beginner who has never driven, who's contemplating driving, some expectations, some things I wish people had told me. So stick around. I know I can be a little wordy. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have to click off sooner rather than later, I'd rather you stay. But remember Butchy Boom. If you remember Butchy Boom, then you can go to butchyboom.com, and all our videos are on butchyboom.com. You'll find them there. So, driving for Uber, the first thing you have to do is you have to get the app. Okay, so install the app, go through, you have to do your background check, you've got to meet all their requirements. So assuming that you've met all the requirements, we'll take it from there. So the majority of you who are just thinking about it, you'll probably stop right here, subscribe, keep an eye on things, go get the app, come back once you're all set up and approved, okay? If you don't have a car yet, don't worry, Uber will let you rent a car. There's car rental programs in a lot of areas. So keep that in mind as well, so you don't necessarily have to have a car to drive. A lot of information coming at you fast. I'm going to put up some things on the side for you to remember. Once you've got your app and everything is set, you're ready to put the key in the car and go. First thing I do in the morning is I look around my car, walk around it, make sure it's clean. I check the inside and make sure it's clean. I keep my car bare and clean. There's nothing in here. There's no personalization really. It's almost like the day it came off the showroom floor. I do that because, you know, it's just my personal preference. If I'm getting into a car, you know, the cleaner the better for me. I've taken some Ubers that, you know, for whatever the reason is, you know, I don't know if I'd go back in it. I wouldn't downrate somebody just because of that, because they're working hard and trying. Uber requires you to have your mask on. They're going to make you take a picture. You got it to go, and the button says, okay, you're set. Start looking to find trips. You find your first trip, okay? The first trip, you have to make sure you got like 15 seconds to press that button. For me, when I first started, I was pressing and sliding and clicking. I was getting nervous because, you know, they hit you. It counts against you if you turn down a call. They'll keep track of your stats. I'll get into that in a minute. But you'll start you'll get it going. You'll get your first call, and then hey, it'll tell you. There's a lot of information too on that first call screen. I'll try to get one for you. I can't guarantee it. Sometimes it's hard to get a screenshot of that. But as soon as you accept, your directions will pop up on the screen. Your navigation system will kick in, whether you use Uber navigation that's built in, or Waze, or Google. No worries, whatever you're more comfortable with. If you're not used to any of them, you know, I like to stick within the Uber app just in the beginning. So it gives you a little bit more information. It tells you where you're going, rights and lefts. So you get to your destination, you pick up the person. I try to, if I know the area, make sure that they get in the side of the car that I want them to. So if I know they're on the right side, I pull in where the passenger door is on the right side for them to get in. I have a smaller car, so getting in the back seat, I don't mind it because that's part of the job. But you know, certainly for single people on the right side, absolutely. When you're driving people, you know, first thing, you know, you accept the ride, you confirm identities. You know, technically you're supposed to ask them their name, and they're supposed to ask you yours. You've got that all set. Everybody's got their seatbelts on. At least in New York State, the backseat people have to have their seatbelts on. You accept the ride and you click go. Now you get directions to your destination. So you got people in the backseat of your car. You're nervous. You don't want to make a mistake. God knows you don't want to get in an accident. You're scared to death that you're going to have to stop short. You give it too much gas, whatever the case may be. You know that you're a good, safe driver. So be a safe driver. Don't forget that you can talk to people and let them know it's your first ride. You're going to have to gauge people too. That's a tough one sometimes. People get in the car, they don't want to talk, or they want to ride the first minute or two and not talk until they can assess you to make sure you're not going to, you know, do something strange along the way. I think a lot of people do that. Don't be shocked and offended if the majority of people are looking down at their cell phones the entire time. And it seems that that's what everybody does. So it's not a reflection on you. And the Uber app gives the people a chance to follow along. Nobody likes a herky-jerky ride. So always drive like you're carrying a fishbowl in your back seat that's not covered. So your goal is to not slosh the water. If you do not slosh in the water, your customers or your riders will have a comfortable ride. So you get to your destination, let everybody off. What I'd like you to know is that after the ride's over, you need to make sure that you wipe down all the, I use the Uber provided alcohol wipes. That's what Uber has provided. I don't know if you can see it. I'm turning it both ways because I'm driving and I don't want to look. But so I wipe everything down, all the touch points. The car's deep cleaned. Everybody has to wear masks. But the issue are smells. People smoke cigarettes. Marijuana is legal in New York, so if somebody's just smoked, that smell's going to linger in the car. And the last thing that you want is your next passenger to get in the car. It's bad enough if they think you smoke, if you don't. But it's even worse if they think that you've been smoking marijuana and then you're hauling them around. That, to me, is a fate worse than death. I can't help this way that people, the smells, except for wiping things down immediately after people get out of the car, not to be offensive, but wait until you're out of sight or you're up a few feet, and roll the windows down. Air the car completely out. Winter, spring, summer, fall, doesn't matter. Rain or shine, air it out for a minute, it won't matter. Get that smell out. Fortunately, marijuana smell, there's something about that smell that doesn't linger too long, so it should be fairly easy to get out. You can explain to the next passenger, hey, just want to let you know that my last passengers were taking advantage of the legalization law, and they smelt of it. I want to show you it's not me. I've done everything I can in the short time that I had to pick you up to get rid of the smell. But rest assured, I'm straight. I'm not smoking. And there's been a couple of times that I've thought I've smelled pot in my car. So I feel that if I can smell it, I get paranoid that other people can smell it. So I will address it right away. And I'll say, do you smell pot? Because I think the last person in my car was... I want to make sure that nobody else gets offended by it. So with that said, I'm going to wrap this up. You've got your first ride under your belt. The worst part's over with. The best is yet to come, because Uber is an actual fun experience. And we're going to get into that more in the next video. But those are the couple of points that I want to give to you. I know I can be wordy. There's a lot more that you need to know, and I'm going to do some things with the app and show you. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot of information. If you want to be successful with Uber, you don't have to be a rocket scientist, but you need to know some basic stuff going in, and that's Uber's big downfall, is nobody tells you. You're on your own, and we'll get into that more. Okay? All right, folks.